Letters of recommendation are an absolutely critical part of your business school application. They're the only piece of the puzzle where an outsider has a voice, and that objective view is taken quite seriously by the admissions committee. Emphasizing their importance, you may not even realize that many recommenders get more word count to give their thoughts than the applicants themselves in their essays. But what if your recommender wants you to write your recommendation on their behalf? Hi, I'm Shinewald, founder and president of mbaMission, and in this video, we'll discuss this often uncomfortable situation that recommenders put our applicants in. But first up, if you haven't already watched it, check out our video on who to choose for your recommenders. Now, if you've chosen your recommenders carefully, and one of them asks you to write your own letter, what do? Well, you may be surprised to learn that writing your own letter is just a terrible idea, and here's why. First of all, this is not an urban legend. Most admissions officers use an algorithm to compare letters of recommendation and essays to determine whether an applicant has written their own. I spoke to one admissions director who was so disappointed. She said to me, "We love this applicant, but her scan just came back and she wrote her own letters. We can't interview her." Don't put yourself in that position. Aside from the obvious ethical issues, you shouldn't write your letters because you can't give the adcom the additional information that they actually need. Via your application, you've already given them your side of the story. They actually want someone else's, and you just might not know what that story is. So maybe you think that you're a motivator and your supervisor thinks that you're a synergist. Maybe you think your best project was a product rollout, and she thinks it was completely revamping training. Whatever it may be, your recommender has new information to convey. Let them convey it. A good recommendation is so much better than anything you can write yourself about yourself. And don't worry about your recommender's English proficiency. If you have an international recommender, know that the admissions committee is not seeking to evaluate your recommender's English, but is striving to understand who you are via his or her examples and anecdotes. So there's nothing wrong with coaching your recommender. You can encourage them to offer specific examples that prove their key points, but don't risk it by writing their letter for them. What if they contact this recommender or learn about his or her English language competencies? Your chances will immediately disintegrate. So the next logical question, how do you push back on your recommenders? Just explain to them that while you appreciate their offer, you may actually harm your candidacy by writing that letter yourself. You can even tell them about the algorithm. You can offer to meet with them and refresh their memories of your key accomplishments, almost like a year-end review. But if they continue to push back, you may have no choice but to consider another recommender. You can't put your candidacy at risk like that. Okay, so let's say that your recommender agrees to write your letters after all. Great, most will do that. The vast majority. They ask you if you want to review them before they're submitted. Are you allowed to? Technically, no. Or if you do read them, your recommender is supposed to indicate to the school that he or she waives his right to confidentiality, effectively meaning that you have read them. Reluctantly, we'll state what the admissions committee certainly knows. Many applicants read their recommendations before they're submitted. If your letters are made available to you, again, very regrettably, very much an open secret, strive to give limited but reasonable feedback. For example, ask that a recommender heighten an anecdote or suggest that they share that you acted on constructive feedback. A few nudges on the fringes make sense. Aggressive involvement with the text hurts more than it helps. For more help with your letters of recommendation, download our free guide linked in the description below. It includes a section that you can send to your recommenders, which should help them write their letters effectively on your behalf. To speak with one of our consultants, sign up for a free 30-minute consultation by clicking on the link in the description below. You can ask any of your initial questions and get to know the personality and style of one of our experts to see if they would be the best fit for you. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to get more MBA admissions and application tips, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Best of luck with your recommenders. I hope that they're willing to work with you, and good luck with your application process.